Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. That includes you. You know, I want to start off this conversation with you this morning by suggesting that you listen closely. Today is Judgment Day, just as yesterday, and tomorrow as well. What we have today, everybody, one way or another, is complaining, and others are feeling okay. But it is judgment. It is what America deserves. What is happening in America today is exactly what America deserves. There are those who are saying that there's so much corruption and so much of this and so much of that going on, and yes, it is. But ladies and gentlemen, to kind of keep it short this morning, I want to say that the Republicans and the Democrats, they exist to maintain problems in a society. They must, and they haven't, found a way to come together. And as long as there's a division, these problems that we experience today will always exist. Now, I have been a Democrat. I've never been a Republican. And the reason that I have not been a Republican is because Republicans have always appeared to Democrats or people like me as being deceitful and evil. Now, I must admit, they have not been any more deceitful, any more evil than Democrats. But it just seems as if they've been that way longer. And as a result, all my life, I've seen nothing but problems. A history teaches of nothing but problems. And so the only thing that I can speak to you of today is something perhaps that's different than what you know. You see, what you have learned is the same thing that I have learned. But I have also learned something else, that there is a God. And when I refer to a God, I'm talking about one that has all the power that we as people have and more beside. They have the ability to work miracles. And when I say they, I don't mean to infer that it's a human being or anything like a human being, that it's a male or female. I do not know to that degree. But to this degree, it is power. And it can do what I or no other can do and does. And because of that, when I see what we can do, the stuff that exists in America, the stuff that exists in the world, this is the evidence of what we can do. This is us. And this is exactly the results of the seeds that have been planted by Americans. This is exactly the results of the seeds that have been planted by human beings all over the earth. And if we want anything different, we are going to have to plant something different. And this why, ladies and gentlemen, I come to you as spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. I speak about every last one of you. I speak about haters like Donald Trump. I speak about haters like Putin, that guy over in Korea, North Korea, and other places that I don't even know, but still have those murderers. I speak for them as well because they are children of the living God. They just got lost, just like the rest of us lost. They just got lost to a greater degree than many of us, but lost nevertheless. And anyone that's lost needs to be found. And who can find you any better than one that is responsible for your existence, your parent? And if you exist as a human being, God is your parent, whether you know it or not. I do. And so when I come to you talking about something that frees every last one of you to be fulfilled and satisfied with this life. by being able to live in peace and be prosperous and free and joyous and happy and live your dreams. Not only that, but have your needs, your wants, and your desires met. Never suffering for anything like food, clothing, shelter, education, health care, transportation, infrastructure, and anything that's made by the hands of man. Because indeed, that's one of those things that each of you get a chance to participate in by choosing a career that gives you your greatest joy and engaging in that. And in that process, to create in that reservoir of goods and services such an abundance that no one on earth would ever have to suffer for anything. Now, that is the message that God has been trying to give to the people ever since the people been here. And the people, ever since you've been here, have rejected that message. And you have accepted the message of all of this that's happening around you today. But I want you to know in America, the Republicans definitely don't have an answer. Neither do the Democrats. They just sound a little lighter. But I'm not talking today for Republicans or Democrats. I'm speaking for God in behalf of all of his human being children on the face of the earth. We need to change, and we need to do it God's way. And God's way says that there is no suffering by the hands of man to anyone on the face of the earth. You see that? No suffering. No need to lie, cheat, steal, kill, hate, racism, bigotry, terror, war. No need for any of that stuff. That's God's way. And that's what I advocate. And I want to know, ladies and gentlemen, do you think that you who are responsible for what is happening in the world today deserve such a great benefit? I know you don't think it, but God does. And that's why I'm here speaking to you. God loves you. You got to change. You got to change. Thank you for now.